things that I learn as I go through this awakening. Today, I know more clearly that there are no untruths. Everything is true. If someone tells you something and you say that's not true, you are actually incorrect. It is true for them, even if it's not true for you. I came into this reality through religion, and it served me so well. It also caused me to have an aversion to anything that was mystical. If it was mystical, then that meant it was anti-God, and I must shun it. It was New Age, it was energy, it was frequency, and none of that's in the Bible, and so therefore, you're wrong, and I'm right. Ignorance isn't always bliss. It took me going through the dark valley of the shadow of death in order to experience something different so that I could truly know the highest truth. And the highest truth is all that is mystical, it is true. And if you are a Christian and you're watching this and you think, oh, she's been duped, they done got her. In the last days, they're going to be deceived, and she's one of them. Let me remind you that there is only one creator of all. And so everything that is in this experience was created by that one creator. When we see something and we judge it as good or bad, we are simply saying that there is a creator that created it and it's wrong. I remember the saying, God created everything and Satan perverted it, which ultimately means there is one creator and humanity has shifted the meaning of what it was created for to fit an agenda that may not be the highest truth. Certainly it can be their truth, but doesn't mean it's the highest truth. The Bible, accurate, yet not necessarily accurate from the highest truth depending upon who you're talking to. Because everyone's reality is being projected from within. It's their personal beliefs that they put on every single thing that they experience, including the Bible. From the highest truth, I am that I am, in the beginning, everything was created with the only thing that existed. John chapter 1. There was nothing else in existence. The Word was God, and with the Word, everything was created. Everything that we are experiencing is the Word, God. Science proved that. Einstein said everything is energy, and energy is the only thing that cannot be created or destroyed. Of course, that sounds really mystical and New Age when you've been raised in church and on the Bible, because that's not in the Bible, so it can't be true. Except science in biblical times was in a different place than what it is right now. You can call it God or you can call it energy, but the bottom line is it is all that exists. We are a three-dimensional representation of that. Because energy has differing frequencies, everything that we are experiencing is energy resonating at a different frequency. You could think of it this way. We're living in a simulation, a computer program, and each and everything that we are experiencing is programmed to represent exactly how you see it. The phone or the device that you're watching this video on, it's not solid. It's just molecules that are resonating at such a slow frequency that it appears solid, but it's still just energy. Everything in this reality is energy. Even the things that we call mystic or woo-woo, they're still the same energy. When man is uncertain, then they put a meaning on something based on their own experiences. But the Bible says when you know the truth will set you free. And freedom is what we came for. To be born again means that we align with the highest frequency, the mind of Christ. And Jesus came to be the way, the truth, and the life, so that we could mimic the behavior in which he set to love unconditionally, because that's who you are. But you came for the experience of this three-dimensional reality, which is really magical, until you start experiencing those fear-based thoughts, which begin to create anxiety on depression, but they are just thoughts that you are entertaining, and you can choose different thoughts at any time. Fear is an illusion. It is a man-made thing. The Bible says you are not given a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power, love, and sound mind. But if you're not pruning your mind of thoughts that bring fear, then you are likely aligned with a frequency, a station of thoughts that are bringing you the lower truths. They are still all truths, but there is a higher one. And the highest is this: you are the creator experiencing creation. You are the animator and the animation. And what you give your attention to multiplies, because you said, before I go into this game, whatever I give my attention to, that's what I want to expand. That's how I will create my own reality. Yet, when you're in fear, you're focusing on fear, which means fear expands. And you can change it by simply changing your thoughts.